As runners, we all challenge ourselves in ways we never thought possible, pushing the boundaries of what we're capable of to smash through targets and set ourselves new, bigger and better ones.
This awesome hobby that we share gives us one thing in common, and it brings us together as a community. Whether you're working towards completing your first parkrun or you're a veteran of the sport who's run 100 ultra marathons, we all know the feeling of reaching that maxed out effort and our own red line.
Welcome to our podcast, where your hosts Brett Elesmore and Andy Maguire discuss the struggles, the successes and everything in between on our running journeys, as we all work towards the next time we're running the red line. Hello and welcome to episode 107 of Running the Red Line. I'm your host Brett, and I am joined as always by my co-host Andy. And how are you?
I just remembered we got all these things to press. Where is it? I go. Oh, sorry. Right, I'm gonna have to get away from this stuff before I start pressing all this stuff. There's been a murder live on Running the Red. That hasn't been. No one's been murdered. It was just a gunshot. It was just an effect. I'm all right, thanks. Yeah, not too bad. How are you doing? There has been a murder. It should go the other way around, really, shouldn't it?
Right. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm not doing too bad. I did something this week that I said I was going to do last year, I think. And I'm getting serious about a challenge that I want to try and do over the next 10 years. Now, I came up with this kind of idea about doing a long distance walk or run or ultra marathon, whatever, completing a challenge over 10 years. So I've decided I'm going to run loosely. Let's use that term loosely. I've even bought the guidebook. Look, the Southwest Coast Path, and all week. I say all week. It took me about half an hour. I've been on this website called gpxstudio.com, and you can put a holding my laptop up to the computer. You can put a GPX file into this studio, and then you can split it up into stages. So I've split up the route into like 20 stages, because the idea is, funnily enough, it's 600 mile-ish or 1,000 kilometers-ish. So I've worked it out that that's 2 visits of 50k a year. So a lot of petrol will go into this, or hoverboards or whatever we're riding in 10 years. Maybe there won't be cars in 10 years. That's the beauty of this challenge. I want to just try and document, what's going on in my life, what's big, what's small, if there's been any changes, loss, grief, all that sort of stuff. And I just think it'll be interesting to watch back in 10 years. So I'm going to start. I haven't got an exact start date, but I think it's going to be May. I think I'm going to do the first, and every time I go down, it's going to be an ultra marathon. It's going to be about 50k. So I'm going to try and do my first one, which is Minehead near Butlins in Somerset, and then it goes across sort of east, obviously, to Combe Martin, or Combe Martin, however you say it, which is where we were chatting the other day. You're going to a wedding there, so maybe I am intertwine it and see if I can talk you into doing an ultra with me. Or maybe you could just meet me at the car park at the end. So I've been planning that, and I can tell you some rough places I'll be in, because I've also sort of written it down, and I'll be finishing stage 20. I'll be starting from Lulworth Cove, which I don't know if you've heard of that. It's Durdle Door. Have you heard of that? No. On the Jurassic Coast, it's pretty cool down there. There's like all these amazing rock formations on the sea, and I'll be leaving Lulworth Cove, and I'll have to do this before my 50th birthday. So I'll have to do this before September 2035, and I'll finish at the end, which is just up the road from Lyme Regis, place called Shell Bay, and it's just the other side of Bournemouth, and I'll be finishing there in 2035. So some of the highlights will include Tor Bay. Have you heard of like Brixham, Torquay, Paignton?
Yeah.
I'll be there in 2033. That's 2 years ago. 2033. I'll be in Plymouth in 2030, I think. 2032. Sorry. If you're wondering where I'll be in 2029, I'll be in Newquay. I'll be doing the Newquay to St Ives section.
Oh, St Ives. I absolutely love St Ives.
Honestly, there's going to be so many good sections. I'm really genuinely excited to do it. And I think if I just do two, I can do two. I can commit to that, I think.
Yeah.
250Ks a year. Well, it's easy to say that in the circumstances I'm living with at the moment.
Yes.
But who knows what,
Yeah, what's happening in a few years' time. When you're doing the Newquay to St Ives one?
23rd, what did I say? 2028. No, Padstow to Newquay is 2028. Newquay to St Ives is 2029. So that'll probably be, I'll probably do it between March and October because of the weather. So I don't think I'll be doing them down in the winter.
I'll come and join you for that one, the Newquay to St Ives.
Do you want to book yourself in for 2029? Yeah. Well, all right then. I'll put it in the diary now. 3 years time, 4 years time, 3 years time. So I'm just excited about it. I've got it all planned, and I'm now going to start to look at like the pit stops because Laura's probably going to come down and crew for me at least towards the start of it anyway. And but the good thing is about the Coast Path is that you regularly run through towns and there's always cafes and there's always facilities and stuff because it's a national trail. So I've accidentally done a little bit when we've gone like camping and stuff. And there's just like cafes and, little kiosks and tuck shops everywhere. And it's awesome. So it's got to be a wicked adventure. And my plan, I didn't know whether to do like almost like a feature film in 10 years time with all this footage that I'm going to get and make like, I don't know, like an hour and a half film or something. Or do I just keep it like what I normally do and just keep it to like one episode per run? So there'll be 20 episodes. I don't know.
I reckon you got to do 20 episodes, but like make them straight after you've done your run.
Yeah.
So your editing style and the music might change as well. So it changes across the 10 years.
Yeah, that's quite interesting, actually. What if my tastes change, which I'm sure they will. But yeah, so I think that's quite good. But one thing you thought I should do is make sure I put it on my channel because I was thinking about starting a whole new YouTube channel for it because I might not even be here in 10 years. That's the craziness of this challenge. No one knows where the road leads.
Where are you going to be? Benidorm?
No, I might be 6 foot under, mate. You never know.
No, don't talk silly.
You never know. But if I don't finish it, you've got to finish it for me. That's the deal.
Okay. Yeah.
You just got to hope I don't die next week. You've got to run 600 miles.
No, that's
we've made the deal.
Yeah, that's a deal. If you can't finish it, I'll finish it for you. Yeah. But yes, it's definitely got to go on your channel. I don't think you can start a new channel for it because the people who follow you now in 10 years' time, when they suddenly go live, are going to be hit with nostalgia.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I wonder if we'll still be doing the podcast in 10 years. That'd be.
Oof.
I wonder what. That'll be about 4 episodes time, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
We'll be on 110 by then.
Yeah. How many more poo stories do you reckon there will be by then?
Yeah, keep the poo stories coming in. There'll be a few of them. But yeah, I was thinking about starting a whole new channel, because when you've got a YouTube channel, you can schedule them, but I've never scheduled one for further than, I don't know, a week away or 2 weeks away. So I don't know if you can schedule them for 10 years time.
You can, because what I said, didn't I? Mr. Beast did one where when he first started YouTube, and he said hello to me in 10 years time, and basically did a video saying where he is at the moment and what he hopes to have achieved in 1 year, 5 years and 10 years, and set it to go live 10 years later. And now he's like the biggest YouTuber in the world. And there's a young lad going, I've got a few thousand subscribers. I wonder where I'll be.
Well, I watched a few years ago. I watched like you know how people do like an analysis on how YouTubers explode and get big. I was watching this thing on Mr. Beast, and he started off as basically like a child, didn't he?
Yeah.
But he was doing, as funny enough, as most human beings do. But when he was doing YouTube, he was very young. But he was doing challenge videos, but on his own.
Yeah.
So he would do
count to 100,000.
Yes, he'd be like, "How many times can I write the word ruler? Can I write it 1,000,000 times or something like that?" And he'd literally be doing it for days, and he'd film himself do it. So little stuff like that. He's always been interested in that challenge kind of idea, isn't he? But I haven't watched any of his videos for a good few years, but because there was a bit of scandal. There was a bit of scandal around him, wasn't there? I don't know. I don't think so.
No, I don't either. Yes, there was. Yeah, with all people that are involved on his channel and stuff like that, there was a bit of controversy. Yeah, with them.
Right, but like he would. I don't know where all this money would come from, but he would do like Squid Games sort of things, wouldn't he? Where he'd be like, stay in this circle and win 100 grand or something like that. And if you could stay in a circle and not leave it, or something as stupid as that, and you'd be like, I'll watch that. That's good content.
Yeah. There was one where it was quite sad, actually, because he said to a guy, if you can live in this house and not leave this house, and they built a house on like a set, and he had to stay in the house and lose a certain amount of weight. And if he could lose that amount of weight in the time period, then he won like $1 million. And as part of the challenge, he had like a coach and a PT to come in and help him. And because he was like the only person he was seeing during this time period, they got really close. Yeah. And halfway through the challenge, the PT died. And like one of the producers then had to go in and let him know. And it was like real sad. He like broke down and everything, but then was like, I've got to finish this challenge for him. And he went on to like complete the challenge and win it.
God. I bet Mr. Beast was thinking, this is great content. That's probably what's going through a YouTuber's head, isn't it? Like Logan Paul. Some of the stuff. Do you remember some of the stuff he did?
Oh, yeah.
He well, we all know what he did in that forest. Like,
yeah,
it's just madness, isn't it? The lengths. I mean, we were talking about this on the podcast about with our YouTube channels, what we have to constantly second guess what we think people will watch if you want to grow your channel. But then if you start thinking like that, you start sort of moving away from yourself and the stuff that you want to actually put out. So you've got to make the decision. What do you want? Do you want to grow your channel for who you are slowly? Yeah. Let's be honest, it will be quite a slow burn. Or do you want to massively rise through the stratosphere, but risk, becoming somebody that you're not in the process of doing it?
Do you want to take that clickbaity route where you're being a bit false and you're just making content for the sake of making content that you think other people might click on? Or do you want to be you and just put out the things that you would watch yourself.
Yeah. What are your favorite videos to make when you're making, when you think about the 100 odd 200 videos, however you've made, what are some of your favorites that you've done, and why?
It's a good question. I think like the big race videos, because as you're making the video, you're reminiscing about the race, and you remember things about the race which you'd forgotten because you're watching the footage back and all the things that you said or you did at certain points during the race. I quite like making those because you start to relive the race whilst you're making the video.
Yeah, because memories are fleeting, aren't they? And that's the beauty of filming stuff, because you can lose memories quickly, and with the camera, it just ignites a memory that's hidden away. And when you've got it and you watch it back, and I think to some degree, that's why people really like watching your race videos, because you'll film a moment and then people that are watching that did the race be like, oh, I forgot that happened, or I forgot about that hill, or I forgot about that, that thing. And and that's it.
Yeah, people who are watching yours and going, oh yeah, I forgot when I lost my head at that point.
Yeah. I forgot when I moaned the whole way through. But to some degree, and I don't want to speak, too highly of what we do, but I think that is maybe the importance of the running YouTuber, or of the, the event YouTuber that we, the event sort of coverage that we do. It is kind of unofficial. I mean, the event organizers love it because it's free marketing for them, but it's good for everyone else to watch, because we're all kind of experiencing the same stuff or the same thing. Maybe the speeds and the effort is slightly different, but we're all ultimately going through the same stuff, aren't we? And I think that's one of the best things about doing the videos. And
there's a question for you. Do you like the term YouTuber, and do you like the fact that it's associated with you?
No, I've always hated it. I've gotten used to it. I would never call myself a YouTuber, and I struggle with the words content creator even more.
Yeah. What about influencer?
Influencer, I cannot bear the word influencer. That literally makes me nauseous. To think that I might influence people to make decisions that they weren't going to makes me feel nauseous. But essentially, that's what we do sometimes, maybe subconsciously or sometimes consciously. But I always thought the word YouTuber meant someone who makes a living out of YouTube.
Yes.
It's their profession. Like you're calling yourself a plumber or a mechanic or a nurse or a YouTuber. That's your profession almost.
Yeah. I guess you could probably say, like, to be a YouTuber, you've got to have a plaque.
Yeah.
You've got to have a play button.
Do you know what? I'm going to sound like Ron Burgundy now, but that is something that lives down deep within me like a flaming golden hawk. to maybe one day get the 100K plaque. But I'm going to have to put some serious parkrun videos out to do that.
Oh, yeah.
The stuff that I hate doing.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to put the stats all over my screen. I'm going to have to do all that stuff. I'm going to have to start reviewing Chinese shoes.
Yeah. I might have to start making POV videos.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it all worth it? I don't know. But I can't wait to have a go at this, and I will film this, and I think it will be obviously for anyone that enjoys, that's again flattering if you do enjoy the stuff that I do, but for anyone that does watch my YouTube channel, but mostly it's just for me. It's just for me and Laura and that sort of stuff. So a bit like the River 7,
And for anyone who does enjoy that stuff and is looking forward to it, you got a bit of a wait.
Yeah. Are you free in 2035? If yes, see you there. But yeah, I'll be 50. So the plan is to have done all 600. I think it's 622 miles. I think it is in 10 years. But I was speaking to someone the other day actually, and God, that'd be soul destroying, wouldn't it? If you saw that sign, Minehead, 460 something. Paul. I was talking to someone at work the other day because I saw a picture of their coast path and they had it framed. So I was like, have you walked the coast path? Funnily enough, I'm thinking of doing the same thing. And then we started chatting about it. And they said the reason that they didn't, take 6 months off and do it all in one go, like that film that went big, that's full of scandal, by the way. What's it called? The Salt Path. Did you watch that?
No.
Did you hear about it? You don't know anything about that? So there's a book written by, she's called Raina Wynn. That's her, not real name. That's her, what's it called when a writer has a fake name?
Alias.
Yes. I don't know what a real name is. But her and her husband basically went bankrupt. And they decided, he'd been diagnosed as terminally ill with something as well. So they walked the whole coast path and it cured, I don't know how it cured him, but they found some sort of cure for him, or his medication became readily available, and the walk massively helped his mental state and his recovery, all that stuff. And they ended up saving their own lives basically. But it turns out that it's shrouded in scandal and financial, because they lost their house, which is why they did it, in a bad investment, because they say they got ripped off by a friend. But the friend is like, no, you knew what you were doing, you knew what you were risking, and you borrowed too much money that you couldn't pay back, so you lost your house. It's simple as that. But they blamed it on their friend who promised them some money or something like that. So it was very awkward. And but yeah, it's full of scandal, and people have questioned, all sorts of things about the whole journey. But they made a film about it, and it's got not Jeremy Irons. I can't think of the guy's name. It's got Gillian Anderson in it. She's the female lead, and the other guy, Jason Isaacs.
Oh, so it's like a dramatization of it. It's not a documentary.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and it's actually quite a good film, especially if you know the book. And yeah, it's fairly straightforward story and all that sort of stuff. But started talking to this couple at work who were walking the path, and they said, oh yeah, we just do a bit here and there, and we'll go down for the weekend and do this bit. And she said, if we did it all in one go, we reckon by like day 4 we'd be like, I'm sick of the sea. If I see another grain of sand, I'll just, so, and I don't want to get to that level, if you know what I mean. I don't want to start resenting the challenge that I'm doing, which is essentially what happened to me when I did the river. But I think if I break it up, that's the point. Over 10 years, I think that's probably the best way to do it.
Yeah.
I wonder what the FKT on it. I'm just going to double check that, because I bet you SW Coast Path FKT. I bet you it's. Do you reckon it's about a week
for 600 mile? It's got to be in it.
Well, you can't do more than 100 mile a day every day.
Exactly.
What? Oh God, it's a little bit longer. Okay, the fastest known time for the 630 mile, 1,014 kilometer path is 9 days, 13 hours, 40 minutes, and 23 seconds. Set by Dan Lawson from July the 5th to the 14th, 2025.
There you go. Then we haven't got to wait 10 years. We've only got to wait 10 days.
So yeah, I'll put all my videos out within 8 days.
Yeah,
but you'll just see me getting slowly more and more older. By the end, I'll be like, oh, I've just had a long week, guys, and I'm just like in a wheelchair. By the end of it, I'm just in a mobility scooter going over the last hill. But no, I think it's going to be good, and I love planning these adventures. I love planning these little expeditions. Look, I love a book as well. Look at these bad boys. So I've got this. There's me 7-way one.
Yeah.
I got that from Hay on Wye last week.
You did,
me offers Dyke one. Look at this as well. You'll love this. On the first page, it shows you the elevation of Offers Dyke. And I don't know if you're seeing this forwards or backwards or not. But
we'll see it forwards.
So this is the start here. But look at that hill in the first 20k or 20 miles. It's further in than that. That hill there is called Hatterall Ridge, and it's in the start of the Black Mountains on the west side of the east side of the Brecon Beacons. And that ridge starts at 60k, finishes at 80. So it's 20k long. It's nearly a half marathon long.
Wow.
So that'll be interesting if I ever get around to doing that.
Yeah. Have you ever thought of doing Le Jog or Joggle?
Yeah, that again lives in my head rent free, but it's a bit. Well, again, I was going to say it's a bit too far. It's shorter than the coast path, I think. It's 800 miles, so it's longer, isn't it? But yeah, I would like to do it. I would love to do it because I think I could even cheekily do it through Worcester as well. I think I could take a detour, make it, 20 mile longer. So I could even come via and get a cup of tea and a nice bed for the night.
Would you do that in one go?
Well, you've got to think about your level of fitness and your circumstances as well. Like, because I've got a job and I've got work and I've got the weather to think about. So I've got the time of year to consider. So I can't do it in December because the weather in northern Scotland in John O'Groats would be -8. And so, I could be risking myself and others there. So they think, okay, well, do we do it in May? Can't we do it in May? Because, that's when my busy period of work is. Okay, so we do it in September. Well, I don't really want to do that because I'll be maybe training for an autumn marathon. So it's such a difficult thing to think about doing. So, and again, if you do it from John O'Groats to Land's End, if you do joggle, then you've got a headwind for 800 miles, which doesn't sound to it.
But it is all downhill.
You get all the. But is it though?
Yeah, because it's from the top to the bottom, so it's all downhill.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's the sort of logic that I apply to races. Yeah. Scotland is a well-known fact. Scotland is further uphill than England, and if I did it the other way, I think you've got the hills to contend with towards the end.
It's all uphill. Yeah,
Scottish mountains, all uphill. So there's no good way to do it. The best way to do it would be to cycle it. You could probably cycle it in a week. Do you think? 100? Can you cycle 100 mile a day fairly easily?
Yeah. I did the London 100, didn't I? I've done that twice. It took me about. I think I did it under 6 hours, 100 mile.
Oh, okay. So you probably could quite easily maybe even cover more distance then, depending on the hills, I suppose. But obviously then you're restricted to tarmac and roads then. So you probably can't take the direction the crow flies. So you might have to go a bit further. But would you say that is relative to, what would 100 mile cycle be relative to? Like,
well, they say
about a marathon.
Well, they say cycling, to get the same benefit as you do from running, you have to do 3 times the distance. So, 100 mile cycle is the same probably as a 33 mile run.
Yeah. But could you imagine the state of your gooch by the time you got to John O'Groats?
You'd have to wear proper cycling shorts with the padding in, number one. And number two, well, this is the thing. When you first start cycling, your sit bone and all of your bum, it's just horrendous. But once you get used to it, it doesn't bother you so much. I mean, it is still like hard on your ass, and you do have like, that's why they sell things like chamois cream for buttering up your buns.
Is that what that is?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Because is it a chafe or is it just a good old
bit of both?
Pain in the arse?
bit of both.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And again, when you spend more money on your carbon bike, is the quality of the seat like something the blooming queen or king would sit on? Like, is it proper padded and?
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. So, like, real big padded seats aren't necessarily very comfortable. They're just comfortable for people who don't really ride a bike and just want to ride it down the road quickly. But like the top riders will have seats made specifically for the shape of them.
Really? Right. So when you spend, I mean, what's a, how we think, oh, could I really spend 250 quid on a pair of shoes? And you think, yeah, okay, I can just about afford that. What are you looking at for a carbon bike?
Well, it depends what level. A carbon bike with a carbon frame would start at the cheapest. You're looking at about 1,500 quid. But if you're going for a Pinarello, you could go anywhere up to 30 grand.
30,000 quid?
Yeah.
For a bike with two wheels with no engine?
Yeah.
That's mental.
Yeah.
That's absolutely mental.
I'm just going to, just going to do a Google for you. So, like,
is Pinarello like the Ferrari or Lamborghini of?
Yes. Yeah.
It's got all the aerodynamics and it's super lightweight and robust.
Yeah. There was a Pinarello shop in Birmingham, and it was a bit like, do you know high-end fashion shops where if you're not dressed correctly and you don't look like the right type of person, you'll get turned away and they won't even let you in the shop? The Pinarello bike shop was very much like that.
No way. Not today, sir. Well, I'm only looking. No, you're not. Move on, please.
Yeah.
Do you know, I once went into Harrods with a backpack on, and the bouncer, whatever you want to call it, the doorman, he would not let me wear my backpack on my back. I had to carry it. And I went round the side. I thought, I've finally got away from him. I'll put it back on. He just popped out the other side of the blooming knickers or whatever I was. Don't know why I was hanging around the knickers. And then I had to put my, but I literally kept saying, please don't put your bag on your back. I just thought, let's just go. Can't afford anything anyway.
Yeah. So a Pinarello Dogma, which is like one of their race bikes, is about 14,000, but one of the pro race bikes will be up to about 30 for like the professional, what you'll see in the Tour de France sort of thing, or on the track.
Wow. So in running, it's really hard to become a sponsored athlete. You can run 29 minutes for the 10K and still not be sponsored, that sort of thing. Is it the same in cycling, or is it even harder because there's more money in it?
I don't know actually. But
because if you're sponsored by Pinarello, obviously, they can't be sponsoring everyone. But
it is a bit different as well because of how cycling works. So, like, when in running, it's an individual sport and everybody's racing for the win. Whereas in cycling, so in Tour de France, you have a team, but there's one guy in the team that they will be trying to get to the front and win. Yeah. The rest of the team are there to support that one guy and help drag him along so he can then just go to the finish and win.
Well, I was watching some road cycling, some mountain road cycling on Eurosport, just channel hopping the other day. And I watched it for about 10 minutes. I thought, this is too confusing. I had to watch something else. they were constantly swapping the leaders. Like you'd be in the lead and there'd be a pack of about, I don't know, 30 bikes. And then one would be in the lead for, I don't know, a minute. And then the other one would just get in the lead and the guy would just drop to the back. Is that how you do it? You just cycle in a pack?
Yeah. So basically they'll all take it in turns to go on the front.
To draft.
So they can draft each other and as a group try and pull away from the group behind.
So how do you pull away then? You like, are you expected to take your turn at the front?
On the front, yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's just a normal, natural thing, right?
Yeah, but that's what I was saying about the what's called the rest of the team on the Tour de France. They're there to help pull along their main guy. So the main guy's not putting in any effort. He's just getting drafted all the way around. And then in the last bit where they want to make the break to try and get away for the finish, that's when they'll go off and put all their energy in. But for the rest of the race, they're just sat behind their teammates trying to, unless someone tries to make a break.
So like the Tour de France, how long is that like a 7-day thing or something? Much longer than that? I don't know how long it is.
I think it's long. I think it's a couple of weeks, isn't it? Yeah.
Is it basically all about the last day then?
No, because it's overall time for the whole thing.
Oh, how fast you can get from stage to stage?
Yes, but as an overall thing. As an overall thing. So from the start of the Tour de France to the end, who's got the slowest overall time across all stages?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So it's not like a race. Whoever crosses the line first wins. It's like a time trial.
Each stage will have a winner. So each stage is a race. And then there's time trial stages as well. So there's normal race stages, and you'll have like the flatter stages, which are beneficial for the sprinters. So you'll find that all the high-end sprinters on the flatter stages, they'll be the ones up at the front waiting for that last little part of the race where they can break off and sprint for the line. You'll then have the mountain stages, which is all about the climbing. So you'll find the people who are likely to be at the front at the top of the leaderboard at the end of the Tour de France. They're the ones that will do all the mountain stages and fly off up the mountains and do all the climbing. And then you have time trial stages where everybody set off one by one and they have to cover the distance as fast as possible. And then they get put in a time trial leaderboard.
Is that the one where they give them like a yellow vest or jersey or jacket or something?
So the yellow jersey is the current leader of the Tour de France. So as you go through, the person who is leading has the yellow jersey. So that can change throughout. But then you also have King of the Mountains, which is the polka dot jersey. So the white jersey with the red spots. And then you also have a sprint jersey as well.
Right. What time of year is it? Is it a good watch for Tour de France?
Yeah. It's good actually. It's normally summer sort of time. Let's have a look. This year's starts this year in Barcelona. Even though it's the Tour de France, they do have stages outside of France, and then the rest of it goes around France.
I suppose they can do 250 miles in a day, can't they?
It started one year in the UK. It starts July the 4th. So yeah, summer.
Right. Okay.
And it's got 21 stages. So that's like 3 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you know what scares me though, right, about cycling and road cycling? I remember talking to somebody once at a wedding, and I'd met her before, and then I saw her again years later. She goes, "Oh, I look a bit different now because I had a cycling accident," and she looked like one half of her face was sort of like didn't quite have the muscular kind of tension of the other side, and she'd been in a cycling accident where I don't know if she'd hit a pothole. She doesn't even know what happened. She was going along at, I guess, 30 miles an hour. and she fell and she hit the ground with her face, and she got apparently airlifted to the QE in some rural road in Worcestershire or Gloucestershire or something. And apparently she was like fighting for her life with like brain damage and stuff. And she was in like I think she was in like basically a coma for a few weeks. And fortunately, she's made this recovery, but at the expense of, she's got a slower neurological kind of system now, and she can't cycle anymore. And everything's just massively slowed down. So that I'll be honest, massively scares me, because falling off your bike at that speed, you don't have the security of a seatbelt in a car, or, you know, the speed you're traveling as well. You can't, I mean, I know it's not going to help you, but you can't even put your hands out or your legs out or anything.
No.
So, yeah.
No. And you're not, and if you're going out for like a long cycle, you're normally wearing just a thin like jersey, a pair of cycling shorts, so they're not much protection either, and then you've got a little helmet and a pair of gloves on, and that's all you've got. And if you fall off, you're scraped up big time.
Speaking of someone who looked like they'd had a severe cycling accident, shall we touch on the marathons that happened last weekend? Because we have a friend of the podcast who you may well know as Mac Ashworth, who decided I shouldn't laugh, but the footage is
I'm looking forward to the video when it comes out.
Mac was 5 yards away from the finish line and was going full pelt to try and get the PB, and then his legs just decided they didn't want to go anymore, so he literally hit the deck so hard, and he showed his scars afterwards, and he's grazed on both shoulders, isn't he? Really quite badly.
Yeah, he smashed up his knee.
And he had one hell of a fall. So, Mac, we hope you're doing okay.
Yeah,
and we think that's all worth it, because
definitely, you did the right thing, Mac. Of course you did.
Threw himself across the finish line for a PB. So, congratulations, Mac. I've got it down. I don't know if if this is your official time or not, but it says he did it in 3:37:41. So a huge well done from us to you, Mac, who did the Boston Lincolnshire Marathon, which was last Sunday. And by all accounts, it was a very, very windy one.
Yeah. So that's the danger with the Boston UK course, is it's very open, and it's not covered at all. The hedges aren't next to the side of the road; they're quite a far away. So it's very open and not sheltered in any way. So if it's windy, you just get battered by the wind for the whole race.
The jet stream off the North Sea can't be much help, I guess. But no, well done, Mac. And we are very, very excited to see the video. And I'm not sure how big a PB it was for him, but I think it was sizable.
I think he was sprinting for the line, because he, in his marathon maths, and his head not working properly, he thought he was very close to his PB, so he sprinted for the line to try and get the PB, but then he ended up being about 50 or something seconds under his PB, so he didn't need to sprint quite as much.
It's all good content, Mac. Brilliant content.
I just hope it's all healed up enough so he can actually get round this weekend.
Yes. So we are and the eve. No, we're 2 days away from Manchester and Newport Marathon, who we know a few people will be running that this weekend. But shall we just mention Brighton?
Yes.
Just quickly before we move on to what's coming up this weekend. So we know a couple of people that went down, and I wanted to say someone that I forgot to read out last week was Sam King, who I know listens to the podcast.
Yes.
Who last year at Manchester just missed out on a sub-3. Now, I could be wrong, but I think it was like a 3:00 or 3:01. It was really, really close. And I think it was on until it just about wasn't, and he didn't quite get the sub 3 that he'd been training for. So a little bit of, quite a lot of revenge on the marathon was unleashed last weekend. And Sam did it in 2:56:54.
Oh, yes. Amazing.
So awesome. How does it feel, Sam, to be a sub 3 marathoner? It must feel immense. That must feel so good.
Yeah, and that's not just dipping under, is it? Either that's breaking it by quite a bit. So that's
some margin.
Incredible.
That really is. That really is. So very well done. All that hard work came into play last Sunday. So well done. From one Sam to another, you might have seen Sam's video, Light It Up.
Yeah.
And Sam got a 3:30:42 over down in Brighton and looked like he had time of his life.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And this is the thing, he said how he was struggling towards the end, but throughout the whole race he was just chatting away to the camera. So he can't have been putting in that much effort, can he?
No, he wasn't trying hard enough.
Yeah.
But no, Sam made an awesome video. And if any of you are thinking of doing the Brighton Marathon, go and watch Sam's video from Light It Up. And it really just encapsulated a really good day. So I don't know what the conditions were like down there. I imagine it looked windy, but I don't know if it was as windy as, as everywhere else. Or maybe it was, maybe it was brutally windy on the seafront. I don't know. But Brighton looks like a really good course. And every time I seem to see videos of it, and that one time I did it years ago, the sun always seems to be out. Like it's always a sunny day by the seaside.
Yeah.
That's the commentator's curse, isn't it? Next year it's going to be hailing or snowing, isn't it? So a great video from Sam. And go and subscribe if you haven't already to Sam's YouTube channel. He's got a great YouTube channel. And and he's running London with you next week.
Yes.
Which I'm sure he's very much looking forward to bouncing back from Brighton to do. And Brighton. Oh, yes, we had a couple of people who wrote in. Oh, we've got one email actually from someone that said they were going to do Brighton, but we'll read that out when we get to emails. But yeah, very well done to everyone that ran Brighton, Boston. And also it was Paris last week, wasn't it?
It was Gay Paris, yeah.
Yes. So, what are your thoughts on Paris?
Well, first of all, should we give a shout out to someone that we know ran Paris?
Yes, Finners.
Yes, Will went over there. When we spoke to him, when we had the pleasure of being on his pod, he was saying that he thought he was in 3:05 shape. Didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
And, he wasn't sure, and I was like, "Oh, come on, you've got to go for it." And he ended up running 2:57, which is amazing. So awesome work, Will.
I think you've got to be brave, haven't you? You know, when your mind is telling you that you're not in that shape, but you've trained for it, so you are in shape. But your mind and your doubts will creep in, and it's always going to tell you that you won't be able to do it. But if you could just be brave,
about that right now.
If you can just be brave on the start line and basically just imagine you've got a fire extinguisher and just all over that, that doubt, put out that fire that's trying to burn your plans down, and just be brave and try and, weather that storm. There's every chance that you could come out of it 7-8 minutes quicker than you were expecting. So, Will, that was a really brave performance. And when he ran past the camera on the video he shared, he looked really smooth, didn't he? Really good.
Yeah.
It's
a great performance. And to do it really dehydrated.
With no water.
Even more incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. So they should rename it the Camel Marathon. So
Shall we talk about that just quickly? What an absolute show. Yeah.
Well, a video has been doing the rounds. I'm sure you've probably seen the same one I have, where there's a guy who's running at what looks to be around about 3 hour, 3:10 pace, and he's trying to fill his bottle up, his little soft flask.
It's a cup, isn't it? It's one.
Is it a speed cup thing?
It's a collapsible cup, yeah.
And he's just got it just gets nothing in it.
Yeah, he gets nothing in his cup, but everything on his feet.
And he even says at the end, "My socks are soaked." So,
yeah,
it would just make you want to skip the water stations, wouldn't it? If you're
that's
not wanting to slow down.
It is dangerous because it's basically making people who are trying to go for a time not bother with the water stations because it's going to slow them up. And also, it's not just a case of you've got to go slower through the water stations. To actually get water, you've got to stop, and stopping and trying to start again during a marathon is horrendous.
And
so
one thing I've heard is that us road runners should just get over ourselves and accept that this is the future. But
we've been doing it in trail running for years.
But everyone that seems to be everyone that seems to be saying this is a trail or ultra marathoner.
Yeah,
because that is the done thing. You know, you take your time at the aid stations.
Yeah, you walk half the race anyway, trail runners.
Yeah, but 3/4 of it, you only run past the photographer, and it's road and trail are very different disciplines, and
they're different sports.
Yeah, we can totally understand Paris. You know, their idea that they've had. They want to be not carbon neutral, but
I completely agree with the environment thing. Yes, using single-use plastic and things like that, is not good at all. But making it dangerous for the runners in your race is not good at all either. So, if you want to do that, and there are people who are willing to stop at your water fill stations, that's great. Have water fill stations, but also have an option that you can grab a cup or a bottle and give people who are racing the race a choice within their race, because they're paying a huge entrance fee to run that race. And it's called a race for a reason. They're going there to run the fastest they can. And if you're then charging them an extortionate amount of money to run your race and hindering their race, then I don't think that's very fair. And people are going to vote with their feet and not want to come. And you'll end up being not a race. You'll end up being a fun run.
And you'll end up being Parkrun.
Yeah.
All inclusive.
I can see Paris ending up being a fun run in the next couple of years, because people who want to run a fast time aren't going to want to go there.
By the time I've got to Newquay, there'll be no chip times anymore. By the time I've got to St Ives in 2029,
just a participation thing.
Yeah,
not even a finishing position.
There's no start waves anymore because we don't believe in times.
You completed this. Well done.
Yeah.
But I just think it's such a silly idea, because
the medal is made of vapor. As soon as you put it around your neck, it just disintegrates.
I just think it's such a they're doing it with the right intentions, but they're misguided in the way that they've done it. I think they have done it with a good heart and good intentions for a particular reason, but because they've done that, they've then hindered half of their entrance into the race. And there will have been people that started that race and didn't have a cup or a bottle because they didn't read the race entry properly or didn't see the thingy. And yes, people will be going, well, you should have read the rules and the entrant participation guide fully. Then you should know all of this information before you start. But unfortunately, pretty much every other race in the world has water stations. So if you go to a race, you expect it, really.
And like, Could you imagine you shooting for sub 250 next week? Could you imagine running that with a hydration vest? Could you imagine running that with a Salomon pack on?
Ridiculous.
No one's going to do that. No one's going to be doing that.
No.
The only people that could probably do that are maybe sub 220 runners running 250. Like it slows you down. There is a reason why we wear paper light, feather light singlets and half tights and carbon trainers that cost 200 quid. We do it to reduce the weight so we can move through the air quicker. We don't want to add weight, so we'll get slowed down. And a lot of people will be like, well, just slow down and enjoy it. No, because
I'm not.
You know how a lot, this is one thing that gets me right. You know how a lot of people say, I don't know if to just, go for my PB time or shall I just go and enjoy it? Who says you can't enjoy a race at PB pace? Every race I've ever PB'd in, I've had the best time of my life.
Yeah, I've enjoyed them more than the times when I've ran slower.
Exactly. Look at me last week. I had a torrid time. I didn't get anywhere near a PB, and I just wish that I hadn't even done it. Like, I think you can really enjoy a race and put maximum effort in, say, at the same time.
But
that is part of the enjoyment.
I was going to say that's where we get our enjoyment out of running, is pushing our limits. That's the whole point of trying to run faster, is we enjoy the aspect of pushing our body to the limits.
Yeah.
And I'm not paying a load of money to go and just jog around. I'm paying to go to these marathons to run well. That's the target. If I end up running badly, oh well, that's part of the game. But I'm not going there with the intention of, I'm just going to jog around. What's the point in paying all that money just to go and jog? I can go and jog around my local roads and do a marathon. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the whole point of these setups of these races is they've got all of these facilities in place. And I'm pretty sure that when we enter a marathon, part of the entry fee goes to the cleanup afterwards and the sorting out of the roads and everything afterwards. So did Paris reduce their price because there was no cleanup afterwards? I bet they didn't.
No, it would have gone up, wouldn't it? So, yeah, I mean, it's a shame, isn't it? Because imagine if you've been doing Paris Marathon for 30 years or however long it's been going on. Imagine if you live in Paris or it's a race that you never miss. And then all of a sudden they bring in these rules after you've already given them your money.
Yeah.
You think, it's not going to be the same anymore. It's not going to, especially if you're someone that looks forward to that race every year, or for one reason you've used it as your target race, or Paris is an amazing place, and maybe you just want to go and do what I did in Seville, and you're using it as a beautiful place to explore, and you want to have a really good race. I think you probably, if you were going for a PB, no matter what your pace, you probably would be a little bit miffed, because the water stations, I can't imagine how they would be towards the back of the pack as well. They must be like a river.
Oh yeah. Also, people at the back were saying they were having to queue for the water stations
because you slow down to get your water.
Yeah, and because it was people filling up rather than just grabbing a bottle and carrying on, or grabbing a cup and carrying on. They were stopping to fill up their thing, so it made massive queues behind them.
Yeah,
it's such a silly idea.
I just don't know why. It makes sense in a half marathon, I think, because there's going to be, if you look at the statistics, there's probably going to be less casualties in a half marathon than a marathon.
Yeah. And
for the reason of hydration.
You can probably get away with doing a half marathon without stopping at a water station.
Yeah. Or taking minimal.
Yeah.
If you probably have 3, 6, 9 miles, something, maybe 3 water stations. That's 3 stops of 10 seconds each. That's 30 seconds. You could probably acceptably accept that. But when you're doing 10 water stations and you're taking longer and longer each time, those water stations will add up to be 3 minutes or something on your time, or 2 minutes or something.
But even like stopping at that water station could be the difference between running 2:59:59 and 3 hours and 10 seconds. And even if it's just that small amount, and that's a big difference, because that means you're a sub-3 runner, or you've just missed it by a few seconds, and that could be devastating.
I mean, I know this probably costs a bit more, but I quite like what Worcester has done in the. I know Worcester leading the way for water stations in the worldwide phenomenon of running, but they give you cartons of water instead of plastic bottles, and surely that's better.
Yeah,
it's maybe not as good for the runners, but it's better. Maybe it's a better solution. But like, I do think there are better solutions they could have come up with.
But what I don't get is the whole thing of we shouldn't be using single-use plastic. But aren't plastic bowls recyclable? So are they single-use? Not really.
Yeah.
Paper cups just get recycled.
I'd love to know what was in their goodie bags, because I bet you there was some stuff in there that couldn't be recycled.
Yeah. Do you reckon there was a bottle of water in there?
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, there would have been.
Yeah. Crazy.
But I don't think we'll be signing up to Paris 2026.
No, I don't think Paris will be sending up any entries either.
No, I don't think they'll be. I don't think they'll be sponsoring the podcast anytime soon. Well, just because we are, as always, conscious of time. I did say to Brett, I was like, "Do you mind if I just read this email about Chinese shoes straight away?" We're an hour in and we still haven't gotten up to Manchester and Newport. We will get round to an email that we had sent to us about Chinese shoes, which will be a hot topic of to chat about. But shall we just wish well to those people we know who are running Manchester and Newport?
Yes, definitely.
This weekend.
Definitely.
Yes.
Oh, there's also Boston on Monday. Don't forget.
Of course, yeah.
Because it's on a weird day, isn't it, Boston? It's always the Monday before London. So,
yeah. I think, do they call it Patriots Day?
Yeah.
In America, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you know anybody doing Boston then?
Top of my head, I think the only people I know is Faye and Joe are doing it, but other than that, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if anybody is.
Yeah, I don't think I know anybody going out to Boston this year.
Did I? Oh, sorry, I've just got to say something as well, which completely forgot to say about Boston, because I said Darren Masson was going out to run Boston UK, didn't I? And I saw him on the Tuesday at club last week, and he was looking in fine form, and he was well up for it, and really looking forward to running Boston. Said good luck to him. And then on Sunday, his run didn't pop up on Strava, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. Wonder if he's like holding it back before he puts it up. So didn't see it all of Sunday, and then Monday had another look. Search for him, still couldn't find his run. I thought, that's strange. So I sent him a message saying, how did you get on yesterday? Because I've been waiting for it to pop up on Strava. And he went, it didn't happen, mate. And I went, what do you mean? And he went, on Wednesday, after I'd seen you, I suddenly got ill and I was flat on my back and in bed all week. And he didn't manage to make it.
Oh, no.
How rubbish is that?
People are going to look at you, if you were the last person to see him, because you poisoned him.
I know. So yeah, he was running really well. He was on track for a 2:55, and
gutting.
Yeah, and then ended up being ill all week and didn't manage to make it to the start line, which is well annoying.
Darren. And
the funny bit about it is, well, I say it's funny. I find it funny. Last year, because at London, he ran London last year, and there was several of them. Like as a friend group, Banksy, Lisa, Faye, and Joe, and all them lot. And they'd all said, at London, let's try and run Boston qualifiers, and we'll all go to Boston, US, America, for Darren's 50th. and he turned 50 this year. So it would have been his 50th year going and running Boston Marathon. He was the only one out of that whole friend group who didn't run the Boston qualifier. So that's why he was running Boston UK this year. So he scuppered his plans to go and run in Boston US for his 50th, chose Boston UK, and then never even ended up running it. I'm so gutted for him. Absolutely gutted. Yeah.
That's bad. Well, I looked at I don't know what the BQ times are, but I looked at the Good for Ages last night. And for my age group, which is 40-45, I think, or is it 40-44? I can't remember which way around it is. It's
40-44. Yeah, no. Yeah, 40-44. Yeah.
It's 2:57.
Yeah.
And I think 45-49, I think is 3:02, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got an extra 5 minutes this year.
Yeah, that's a bit of a nice buffer, isn't it? So technically, if you keep running the pace you're running, you can just do London forever if you want.
Technically, yes. As long as I can, keep running this speed,
Yeah, it must be a good feeling to run a qualifier. Like,
it's amazing.
You must feel like a bit of an athlete, if you've dipped under a time, it must feel extra awesomely special.
Yeah, the worst part about it is I've run the qualifying time for Good for Age now 3 years, but this year will be the first time I've actually used the Good for Age.
So, how come the first 2 years then?
I ran it in Manchester.
Yeah.
When I ran my 2:59.
Yeah.
But then I had a concert come up on the same day as London, so decided not to do London and ran Manchester again instead, didn't I? That year. So didn't use my Good for Age and went and ran Manchester. Run another Good for Age time at Manchester, but got in through the ballot.
Yeah.
So didn't use my Good for Age. So this year will be the first time I've actually used my Good for Age time to get into the race.
Right. Yeah. Wow. So you've had 3 good years of marathoning, haven't you?
Yeah.
So
I'm due a bad one. Excellent.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that, should I? No, things happen in threes. You're fine. So you've PB'd. You've increased your times every time you've marathoned.
Yes.
In the last few. So where did it start after your hiatus? Manchester 23. Same year I did it, wasn't it?
Yes.
23.
Yeah. Manchester 23. And then
you
Manchester
did 2:59.
24. Yeah, 2:59 Manchester 23. Then 2:55 at Manchester 24. 2:53 at London last year. So, yeah, we shall see.
That reminds me, we do actually need to crack on because we obviously need to talk about your training week.
Yes.
If we don't do this next week, I want to write down your finish time.
Oh, your guesstimate.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to just find a little space here, and I'm going to say Brett's London Marathon time prediction.
DNS.
I'm going to say happy with my prediction.
Okay. Excellent.
What shape do you think you're in?
If you'd have asked me last week, 2:50.
Yeah.
Well, 2:49.
Yeah.
If you'd have asked me last week.
Yeah.
Asking me this week, don't know.
Well, go on then. Let's talk about.
We were going to before we got into me, we were going to wish people well in Manchester.
Oh yes, okay. Let's wish people well first. I forgot about that. Okay, right. Let's wish people well. So who have we got then? We've got Newport this weekend. So
yes,
taking on the some people that we trying to slay the dragon.
Yeah, and taking on. I was going to say going. trudging around that loop twice on their own in the countryside.
It's good, but it's bad. It's like, it just depends on what you want from a race.
Yeah.
You know, you might find yourself running on your own for quite big periods of it. You might find it a bit dull and unsupported, but you also might love that because you can focus and really concentrate on yourself and pace, and you might be able to run in a group. Who knows? It didn't bother me at all, really. I don't mind. Country lanes are my bread and butter. I love country lanes. And Newport Marathon, I'd say 90% of it is country lanes. So if you're okay with, you know, hedges and oak trees, you should be fine, because it's basically that for 3 hours. So we know Freddie is going down there. I don't know if he did originally say he wanted sub 4, but I think he's pacing his
I think he's pacing instead,
Yeah, so I'm not sure what that time will be. But I think Freddie's heading down probably as we speak. And so, good luck to you, Freddie. And I know Brad Smith is going. And Brad, by the way, is one of our listeners who thought it'd be a good idea to listen from episode 1 after we'd got to about 90 episodes in. So by the time Newport comes around for 2027, he might be up to speed. But Brad is in good shape. I think Brad is easily capable of dropping under 3. He runs, I don't know what his half marathon times are, but I think he's under 125. I think he's comfortably under 125, maybe closer to 120. Yeah, I think he's closer to 120.
Yeah, nice.
So he if he has a good day at the office and the weather behaves and all that, I think Brad will. I think his words were he's going to just cling on to the 3 hour pacer for dear life and just try and hold on. So,
best luck,
good
mate.
luck and I don't know if any of the next K boys are going down, but if they are, then I hope you all do well. And good luck to everybody taking on Newport this weekend. So, Manchester. We know a couple of people going. So we've already mentioned a friend of the podcast, Mac, and he is going to be running with his wife, Jazz, who's making her first ever appearance for the 26.2. And she will be, I'm sure she's going through all the worries of tapering and the doubts are creeping in. But Jazz, go and smash it. Go and have a blast. Go and have a great time. You're going to love it. You'll probably hate it at the time, but you'll realize afterwards it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, enjoy every moment, even though it won't be very enjoyable in the moment. Yeah. Enjoy every moment.
Yeah. And just remember us at 20 miles in. You've still got 10K to go, Jazz. Enjoy that last 10K. We've been there. It's quite a place to find yourself. So hope all goes well. I hope you have a good time. And you've got your hubby there to hopefully he'll stay on his feet. Hopefully he won't do another Tom Daly in front of the finish line.
Doing a Tom Daly. What is he going to be knitting next to her?
He's going to be knitting, exactly. Yeah. So good luck to you both. So who do you know going down to do Manchester?
Adam Neal is going.
Yes. Oh, he's just written us a message. Can I just read it out?
Yes.
Sorry, Ad. Like typical Andy style. I don't know if you actually intended me to read this out, but I think you deserve it. Manchester Marathon this weekend after the disaster class of Edinburgh last year. Let's hope I've learnt my lesson of how to pace properly. After ditching runner in week 6 of my training and with the help of others, including Mr. Elesmore, I wrote my own training plan and I'm hoping to feel fitter and fresher this time. But most importantly, I've enjoyed my training. Thanks to the both of you for accompanying me on my long runs via the pod, and good luck to everyone else running Manchester. So good luck, Ad.
Yeah.
We hope it goes well.
Yeah.
And
he was chatting to me about his pacing plan the other day, and we had a conversation about that.
Is that best kept private or?
No. I said, so how are you feeling and what's your plan? And he said, and my response was, oh, you're going to try and do an Andy on it, are you?
Yes.
Do you think that's a bad idea? And I went, yeah, probably.
Don't listen to Brett.
Because he was going to go out maybe 5-10 seconds a mile slower for the first 10 mile. And then for the second 10 mile, pick it up. And I was like, that's great, but you'll get to halfway and you'll realize you're already a minute and a half, maybe more, 2 minutes behind where you want to be. And you're going to spend the whole of the second half chasing to try and run faster, even though it's starting to hurt. Whereas if you go out at the pace you've planned at halfway, you've just got to keep that pace. That if it doesn't feel great, you've got to just keep that pace and push on. Whereas if you are already chasing your tail and you get to halfway and it starts feeling tough, then you're just going to be in all sorts of mental games with yourself to try and push on, and you're going to blow yourself up.
Ad, don't listen to Brett. You sound like a man who has a similar thought process to me. No. Don't listen to him.
No,
right?
Listen to
there
me.
There is nothing better than getting to halfway and feeling like a demon, feeling good.
And knowing in your head that you've got to run faster, otherwise you're not going to hit your target time.
Yeah, that's basically the long and short of it. So just do it. It's that easy.
It's that terrible idea. That's such a terrible
idea. I did a
idea.
90 seconds negative split Insta-Phil. 90 seconds, baby. Go for it, mate.
Did you hit your baby? Did you hit your target time?
Don't worry about it. 3:10.
Did you hit your target?
Did you hit original? Yeah.
Did
only
you
because I listened to you
time?
and I dropped my target time to 3:09 the week before.
Don't be silly. Did you hit your target time? No. Why? Because you went out too slow.
No, the course was long.
But
course was 400 meters long. That's why.
As I said to Ad, right? As I said to Ad, and bear with me, this makes perfect sense, right? You have trained to a pace that you can hold for 26 miles. So you've been training, and you know in your head that that pace is your marathon pace that you can hold for the whole of the race. Why would you go out slower?
Because you need a bit of confidence and sometimes panic. If you're of a panicky disposition, which I am, if you go out a bit quick and it feels a bit hard, you can ruin your own race.
Hang on. I didn't say go out quick. I said go out at the pace that you've decided you can run 26 miles. No going quick, because you shouldn't go out fast. If you go out fast, you've screwed up your race. But if you go out too slow, you've screwed up your race. So go out at the pace you know you can run 26 miles. And then in the second half, if you can go faster, brilliant. You can go even faster than your target pace. But if you can't, you just hold that pace. But you've got no problems of, man, I've got to go faster now. Otherwise, I'm going to be nowhere near my target time.
Well, that's the thing, though. How do you know you can hold 26.5 miles, 26.2 miles?
That's the whole point of training.
Well, yeah, but you don't test it until marathon day, really.
No, of course you don't. But how do you test it before marathon day? You can't. But how do you test it before marathon day? In your training, when you're running on tired legs. So when you're in your peak week, you're doing your training runs and trying to hit your marathon pace on legs that have got loads of miles in them. So it's sort of a race simulation, isn't it? Because you're putting in marathon pace miles at the end of a long run, at the end of a really hard, tough week. So when you get to race day and you're tapered and you're feeling better, then you should be able to hold that pace easy.
There is nothing wrong with a cautious marathon approach. There is nothing wrong with that. You can shake your head all you like, because you can go out quickly, not quickly, but you can run out of gas, and it's not a nice place to find yourself.
No, and it is not a nice place to find yourself at, running out of gas. But you can run out of gas when you go out too slow. And that's when it really starts to hurt, because not only are you hurting, but not only are you hurting and you can't run the speed you want to, you also already know that you're not going to hit your target time.
Like I said, course is half a mile long, so my Strava time says 3:08, so I've taken that.
I'm getting official, unofficial, official marathon time.
The point is, you've done the training. Just go out there, express yourself however you want to do it.
Yeah, run. That is the thing. Run your race, Ad.
Yeah, but do it my way. Don't do it
no way. No, I know lots of people will give you opinions, and everyone is entitled to my opinion. So, yeah,
ridiculous. Do not dismiss that.
No, but in all honesty, run your race, Ad. Run how you feel best suited to run. This goes for everybody. You are the person who is running the race, so you've got to run with what you feel comfortable doing. I know I rib Andy. I know I rib you a lot for going out too slow and everything. But if that's how you feel comfortable running the race, that's how you should run the race. But
what I actually did
in my head,
yeah, I know. You just want to do things as fast as possible, no matter if it's putting the bins out or running a marathon. But I want to. I must confess, actually, when I got to Seville, I did have a slight panicky moment when I realised I was a minute, 45 seconds or something like that slower than where I was, because I'd misjudged the 5K splits and the half marathon split because I was looking at my watch and all that sort of thing. So yes, maybe I had gone a hair too slow, but there is nothing better in racing a marathon than getting to that last 10K and just picking people off person after person. And if someone tries to go, you just go with them and then you out kick them in a bit anyway. And there's nothing better than feeling that good. And then that last couple of mile, that last 5K, you start to empty the tank and you give it everything. Yes, maybe you could split hairs and say you could have had an extra 30 seconds or a minute faster. But for me, it's don't slow down, don't walk, and just run it. Stick to the plan. And if you can do those three things,
okay, right. You say that for the marathon you've just done, fantastic, and yes, brilliant. You did what you wanted to do, and that was great. If you were actually going for 3 hours, though, rather than 3:10, right? And would you be saying the same? The fact that you ran 30 seconds over 3 hours rather than running under 3 hours, would you be saying the same?
Just be claiming that Strava time.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I would be very disappointed if I'd lost 30 seconds. Because at the end of the day, it is a race. It's a race against other people. It's a race against the clock. But you can very easily destroy your race if you run a pace that you haven't trained to. Yes.
But this is what I'm saying. Run to the pace you've trained to. That's the whole point of training to a pace. Why would you train to a pace and then go out slower?
Because you can run faster than that pace second half.
But can you? How do you know? You've never trained faster than that pace. You've trained to a pace. So how do you know you can run faster than it?
Well, I can show you my second half of my Valencia, if you like, of Seville. Because I ran second half.
Yeah. Well, therefore you went out too slow, didn't you?
It's mile markers. The course is too long. It wasn't my fault.
No.
It's always someone else's fault.
No.
But when I finally get around to doing a sub 3 attempt, my attempt will be probably different. And if I do try negative split, then it probably will be go out at target pace and then go faster than target pace, which would require me to train at a faster pace.
No.
Target pace.
No. You see, you keep on saying these things, and no, You don't go out faster than target pace.
No, because you go out at target pace. That's what I said.
Yeah.
And then second half, because I just love a negative split, I would have to therefore go faster than marathon pace.
No, well, you don't have to. You
don't have to. No,
you just go at target pace for the whole race. If you can go faster, great. But that's the whole point of target pace. That's the pace you should be able to run for the whole of the race.
But I don't always. It's not like I wouldn't ever tattoo neg split for life, because like, shall I get that tattooed? That would be a great tattoo, wouldn't it? Let's spell LYF, number 4. Because when I did my, Telford or Bruges, like I went out quick because I wanted to get out the gate a bit quicker, and then settled into race pace, which, if you can pull that off, that is that works, doesn't it?
But a 10K, you can get away with that.
I got away with a half marathon as well.
Yeah, and a half marathon, you can get away with that. You ain't getting away with that in a marathon. A marathon is a completely different beast to every other distance.
That's how I'll probably attempt my next marathon. Go out at half marathon pace for 5K, get 3 minutes in the bank, and then go down to marathon pace.
Are you Japanese?
Yeah. I run backwards around
kamikaze pace and then just slow up.
But it is a contentious issue, I think. But I just really like the feeling of control. I really like the feeling of easing into them and not feeling up against it from.
But so do I.
The word go.
But I like feeling in control at a pace that I know will allow me to hit my target. It would fill me with dread getting to halfway and knowing I've got to make up a minute or so because I've gone out too slow. That would just ruin my race. Whereas getting to halfway and going, right, I just need to do that again is a much better place mentally for me to be.
Yeah. Well, we might have to agree to disagree on that, because I don't agree.
Yeah.
But we should probably wish a few more people well, because where are we? 126. Blooming hell.
Yeah, I know.
So we know a few others that are going down there. A few people that have listened to the podcast for a while. Tommy D is making a sensational return to the marathon.
Yes.
So where he ran his 2:55?
Yeah.
A few years ago.
Yeah. I think it was 2:55.01 or something like that.
Was it?
Yeah.
He did an Andy.
Yeah, but what he does need to make sure is he stays away from them breakfast wraps.
Yeah. No being sick out of the side of taxis this weekend, Tommy, if you can. That's all we ask.
After the race, fine, but don't do it before, please.
Yeah, please. But yeah, best of luck, Tommy D. Absolute legend. And I hope you have a great race, and I'm sure he'll be representing the Try Hard Harriers with the legendary blue and red kit.
Yeah,
on the streets of Manchester.
Yeah.
We know a guy called Jay who's got a YouTube channel called Not Fast Not Last, who's going to be doing it. I think he's making his first 26 miler. I could be wrong about this, but another guy's got a YouTube channel, Ian Bowdler.
Yes.
Now, Ian's Easy Miles. I think Ian's doing Manchester. I'm pretty sure he is.
Okay.
If that information is not correct, then please let us know, Ian. And if it is, please let us know how you did, because I'm sure you're going to make a video and take the camera with you. So
yeah.
Hope it goes well. And Ben Bauer, brother of Sam, is going up to do the marathon. He's going in for a 3:40. So hopefully he'll do the business in Manchester. So I think that's
best of luck.
The end of our list. I'm so sorry if there's anyone else that we've forgotten. But best of luck to anyone racing this weekend.
Yes, wherever you're racing, whether it's a marathon or not, if you are racing this weekend, have a good one.
Next split for life. where are we now? Why don't we chat about your last week and your final preparations for London? Well, it's not your final, you've got another week, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, as I say, if you'd have asked me last week, I'd have said, yes, just done peak week, feeling in great shape. I'm happy where we are. I think it could be on. This week, things haven't quite gone to plan, which is annoying. But I mean, where were we? What day was it? I think it was Thursday, wasn't it? Where I said I just felt flat and just not very good last week. And then Saturday, went and did Parkrun. Ran way too fast again, as I always do. Because I'm stupid.
What time do you run?
Hang on, let me check. Exactly the same time as 2 weeks before, 18:33.
18:33, a little bit quick.
Yeah, but I did my usual as well. I've got carried away and ran progressive throughout. So set off at. I said to myself, no faster than marathon pace, no faster than marathon pace. Set off the start line and got dragged along by people. So ran the first mile too quick, and then there was people in front of me to chase. So I just slowly got quicker. So that was me.
You just cannot help yourself, can you? It's like a sickness. You've just got you just can't control yourself.
Yeah, so I ran a 6:14 and then a 5:59, then a 5:44, and then the last point one was at 5:21 pace. So yeah, absolute plonker. Anyway, after that, I then did.
Should have negative splitted it.
I did.
Oh yeah, you did. Sorry, that was not. I was going to say you should have positive splitted it.
And then on Sunday, I went out for my long run, and I had 15 miles on the cards, and I don't know what I was thinking because the weather was really bad in the morning. So I waited till the afternoon to go out when the rain had stopped. It still rained during the end of the run, so I didn't miss the rain. But even though the weather had been really bad, in my head, for some unknown reason, wearing a pair of normal Evo SLs, yeah, I decided to go down the canal path. I have no idea why. And I was slipping and sliding everywhere, almost rolled my ankle. But yeah, got back off and got back on the road. But I just felt flat throughout the whole run. Like I'd got no energy at all.
Yeah.
I was still running a decent pace, but all of the miles were feeling harder than they should do for the pace they were. And like, I know it's risk-based, but my heart rate was higher than it should be for the effort that I was putting in. So that was a bit naff. I still did 3 miles at like marathon pace, and I did 1 mile on, 1 mile off for 3 miles, and I hit the paces, but it just didn't feel great. Then on Monday, went out for my easy run, and my left leg started to flare up again and felt crap. It just didn't feel great at all. Then on Tuesday after work, I ran down to session and did the warm up, and there was points of my run on Tuesday where my leg felt like 12 months ago. And yeah, it just felt awful. So I then, after the warm up, got down to the track because it was track session, and Andy, the coach, saw that I wasn't in the best of shape, and he said, "Are you sure you want to have a go at this?" And I went, "I'll have a go and see what it feels like." and I ended up doing the whole track session. I was doing a slightly different session to everybody else because they were doing a bit faster session, whereas I turned it into more of a marathon pace. Well, a marathon session rather. And we were doing 400s, and I ended up doing 13 400s off 200 meters recovery. And I was doing the 400s in 90 seconds, well, just under, so about 6 minute miling. And then the 200s should have been in the same time as I was doing the 400s as a recovery. But 90 seconds for a 200 meters was a bit like walking pace. So I ended up doing it in about 70 seconds. And I got through it, and I did all 13, and they were all nice and consistent time-wise. I just find the thing. So yeah, they were pretty consistent throughout.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, decent. They ranged from 1:28:29 for all of them, apart from the last few, where I went down to 1:26, 1:27, 1:27, and a 1:24. Nice. So yeah, a decent run, but it just didn't feel great at all.
So 90 seconds for the 400 is faster than sub 25k pace. So it's faster than marathon. It's not a lot faster, but just a touch faster. It's like your half marathon pace, isn't it?
It's about 6 minute miling, just under 6 minute miling. I was running the 400s, whereas my marathon pace will be 6:26s.
Because it's probably worth mentioning that's not slow for you round the track, but that's probably what I would run on a track night. So you are conservative there.
Yeah,
it's not like you're going out.
Yeah, I wasn't pushing it round there. No, I was going at a comfortable pace, but faster than marathon pace. So yeah, but after that, went into the gym and did me cross trainer and bike and me S&C and stuff, and ran home. And then when I got home, I'd put a bit of a moan on my Strava, as I always do, because I'm over dramatic. And Adam Hill commented on there and just said, "Look, you are in a hole and you need to get out of it. You've been moaning for a while about how bad your leg feels and everything, pretty much every run. Just take some time off running. If you need to, spin the legs on the bike, but just take some time off. You can't gain any fitness at this point, and you can't lose any fitness at this point. So just get your body in a decent place and give yourself some time off." And I said to him, I went, "You're probably right, but I'm not sure my head will let me do that. I'm an overthinker. I've already gone down the rabbit hole of overthinking. So I don't know if I'll be able to do that." And he just responded with, "Overthinker, aka absolutely crackers." And I was like, "Yeah, that is me, yeah." But because of that, I sat down, give myself a talking to, and had a rest day on Wednesday, so didn't do any running. And then yesterday, I went down to help out at the Bromsgrove and Redditch selection meeting. So went down to help with the sale of all the vests and club kit and stuff. And then after that, I went into the gym and just did 60 minutes on the bike, and just span the legs. No real effort or anything. Just consistent, just nice and easy. All right, mate. Just a nice and easy, ride on the bike for an hour, and that's all I did yesterday. So, yeah, another rest day today, and we shall see where we are.
Right. Well, fingers crossed. A bit of rest and
but it's
reduced impact this weekend.
Yeah. I'm just getting some nervy pains around my leg, but I'm also getting them in my other leg as well. So, yeah. And then I'm getting a bit of an ache in the same place as I had last year when I broke it. So I don't know.
Slightly worrying. And you're saying that this is not a taper. This is not paranoia. This is genuinely a...
Well, I don't know. It could be paranoia. It could be my head playing games. It could all be in my head. And I'm just stressing myself out. But at the same time, it could be something a bit more serious. I don't know. I ain't got a clue.
Right. Okay. Well, fingers crossed for a restful and easy last, 9 days?
Yeah, got 9 days now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you remember last year? Was it last year or year before when TQ was about a couple of weeks out of Manchester? And did he break his foot on like a curb or something?
Rolled his ankle going off a curb and broke a bone in his foot. Yeah.
Like, it's so, I wouldn't say easily done, but it is, I guess.
Yeah.
It only takes a second, doesn't it? To like, I mean, I know that's not what you've been struggling with, but it's
look at Cole Gibbons. He's he ran, was it Oxford half? That was recently. He ran Oxford half and then had a bit
maybe
Bath. Was it Bath? Which one? I can't remember.
But maybe it was Oxford,
ran one of the halves, and after it, he said he had a bit of an ache that didn't go away. Went and got an MRI, and he's got a stress reaction in his femur, so he's pulled out of London.
Yeah, probably definitely the right thing to do for him.
Yeah, and then Jake Barraclough, he has pulled out of London as well because he don't think he'll get back to fitness because he had to have some time off because he was having a few issues with injuries and stuff. So it's happening to Perez Chepchirchir, I think it is. She's pulled out of London because she had a stress fracture after Valencia and hasn't been able to get back to fitness. Sifan Hassan has pulled out of London because she's got an injury. Emil Caress has pulled out of London because he's had an injury and not been able to do training properly. So everybody's dropping like flies.
Well, shall we move it on to, where are we? We might be on to comments and emails now.
Yes. Oh, no. We've got to talk about your performance last Sunday first.
It won't take long. Awful. Done. Tewkesbury half marathon last week. I'll keep it short. They told us to go to the Parkrun ride because you don't want to overwhelm the town centre. So we went to the Parkrun ride. Wish we'd have gone to the town centre. Saw Dan Neal later on, and he said, I park fine. And he parked about half a mile away from the start, got in and out easily. Yeah. We went to the Parkrun ride. We were in a queue for an hour. At the end, as it was like 10 to 9, the race was starting at 9 o'clock. It was 10 or 15-minute bus journey in. A marshal went up to the back of the queue and told everyone at the back, if you're a runner, you need to be at the front of the queue. He didn't tell anyone at the middle of the queue, which is where we were. So it was like a space-time just folded like that. So we were just at the back of the queue, like, because everyone just walked to the front. And we were like, oh. So I thought, well, I don't want to go and push in now because I don't want to leave Laura and Daisy. So I thought, well, I'll just wait. So it ended up they were allowed to wait for me because they delayed they delayed the start till the last bus had arrived, and we got on the very, very last double-decker bus. Well, they put you on one bus.
I heard about this, right? And because I was chatting to Wayne yesterday about it. Was it yesterday or was it on Tuesday? Because Wayne ran it. He said he got there in the morning, parked up, and the bus turned up. So he got on the bus to go down to the start, got down to the start, and he said he was doing his warm-up and everything. And then they announced that the start was going to be delayed. Yeah. And he was like, oh, that's a bit odd. And I was like, oh, yeah, I heard that the park and ride didn't go very well. And he said, the issue was, come on, you, down, please. Come on. Thank you. he said they had hired a bus company to do the park and ride, and the bus company didn't turn up.
Yeah, do you believe that though?
So he just got on a normal bus that was going from the park and ride that normally does it every day, thinking it was the park and ride thing. And apparently the company didn't turn up, so they were having to use the normal buses rather than this specific company that they'd hired. And that's why it was taking so long.
Well, there was one single-decker bus that did one appearance, one shuttle. After that, one double-decker bus was going to and fro. So how many people can you get on a double-decker bus? 100 max? Yeah. I reckon there was 800 people in the queue, something like that. And it was it was a long wait, really was. And it was a mess is what it was. And I know that they wrote us an email saying you can all have a discount on one of our other events, which I'm not going to touch with a barge pole after Tewkesbury. And unfortunately, one of them is Stow on the Wold, which I wouldn't mind doing. That's a 10K in July or June. And it was just like that. They said that their buses, there was an investigation will begin. I was like, well, you obviously didn't have a contract with them. It must have been a gentleman's agreement, because you can't just, because you obviously have to pay that company up front.
Yeah.
So what are you saying they're charlatans then? They've taken your money and just not turned up? I reckon they've just said, oh, will you make sure you put on 6 buses for us? Or will you make sure you put on a couple of buses for us? And they've been like, oh, yeah, okay, we'll send some buses. And then something's got lost in translation and they just, I don't know. But we've been offered a discount on entry for the next event that they're doing. But yeah, I don't think I'll bother. But anyway, managed to get to the start line just about. And it was just one of them days. I'm nowhere near in decent form for endurance at the moment. And I managed 5K at sub 90 pace. I went out with Dan, lasted about 200 meters. And because Dan was running 6:45s and wound it up, actually, I think he got a bit quicker. And I went out with him, did about 21:18 first 5K, which is around about sub 90 pace, and just got slower and slower and slower. And I think my last 5K was 24 minutes, something like that.
Positive split for life.
Post split for life. So I'm going to get that tattooed on me. On my chest now. And so I crossed the line and just overtook a few slower than 10K runners towards the end just to make myself feel better. It was a low blow, but as I say in the video, win's a win. So bit pathetic really, but I am a pathetic petty person. So that's what you're dealing with. But I put the video out and I just moaned the whole way through it. It's not a good video. I don't think it's a very good video, but I've already seen the stats on it and it's like 3 out of 10. So I don't know why people seem to be attracted to poor performance and moaning, but they are. So yeah, it's one of my best recent videos. So yeah, there we go. Only the Seville recap, and Ironbridge are above it.
Did you put on the thumbnail loads of moaning and stuff?
I put, what did I put? Something like, nearly didn't make the start line, and here's the key.
Oh, you clickbaity person, you.
I put an arrow to me.
Yeah.
If you don't put the arrow, you don't get the views. You have to put an arrow in there.
You clickbaity person.
Yeah, but that's true. I nearly didn't make the start. I didn't know they delayed it. So technically, it's the truth that is turned out to be not as important truth.
But that's the thing. You're saying you didn't like the race. You don't like the video. It's one of your worst videos. But you've made the thumbnail so people want to click on it. So it's going to do well.
I'm going to try and profit out of it.
Yeah, of course you are. Yeah,
I'm like HS Tiki Toki. I'm in the manosphere. I'm in the YouTube manosphere. I'm going to try and make it and try and recoup my investment of 42 quid of the paying. I mean, let's be honest. For a video like this, my size YouTube channel, I'll probably make about 11 quid from the views. I don't think I'm going to be making much more than that. Maybe if I do a bigger video that makes hundreds of thousands of views, you could make some better money or decent money on that. But YouTube is not the industry to be in at this level if you want to make some hard hard cash.
It's not the cash grab that people think it is it?
No, it really isn't. So you have to put quite a lot of work in just to get 11 quid back. So but anyway, I survived it. I did 136 low, 136.10 or something like that, 136.12.
Yeah,
it was around about my 10th or 11th fastest ever, and yeah, just a little bit peeved and disappointed really, because it's an opportunity missed, because it is a PB course, but it was so windy on the day. But probably a PB course. So if anybody is interested in from the Midlands, maybe look at Tewkesbury Lake Spring, because it's just don't get the Parkrun ride. Make your own way there.
Yeah. Dan Neal ran quite well though, didn't he? He ran 129, didn't he?
He did 129. He wanted his sub 130 or die, and he got 129, which is good.
Excellent.
So yeah, congratulations to him.
Good work, Dan. And Wayne, who I mentioned earlier, he came top 10. I think he was 9th overall in the end. He ran 117. So
yeah, I did see him up the front with his B&R vest on. So yeah.
He was going for. He said he was going for sub 117, but the wind in the last few miles, knocked it out of him. So he ended up running just over 117.
Really? That's not bad at all. Yeah, because it was tough conditions. So yeah. Well, shall we move on to comms and eames?
Yes. Shall I quickly go through the comments?
Oh, quickly. I've got a marathon tomorrow.
Oh, yes, you have.
Talking about feeling really unprepared for races. I'm doing a marathon tomorrow. Yeah. I'm doing a trail marathon. So I will be stopping at all the water stations and filling my bottle and moaning about it. So I don't know what it's going to be like. It's going to be over 1,000 meters of elevation, so 3,500 foot of gain. It's going to be quite severe, I think, around the Shropshire Way, I think it is. Starts at a place called Craven Arms, does a big circular route. And looking forward to it. I think it's going to be good. I've had to buy some kit, though, because there's a mandatory kit check.
Yes.
So you've sorted me some waterproof trousers. I've got a waterproof coat. I've got my whistle. I've got my fully charged mobile phone. I've got my GPX file and my watch and all these hoops I've had to jump through. But looking forward to tomorrow. 26.2 miles on the trails, on the hills. I honestly think in the form I'm in, 5 hours would be a good time. Genuinely think 5 hours would be a good time. So we'll see. I'll let you know next week.
See, that's another reason trail runners aren't bothered about stopping at water stations, because they're already carrying all of their camping gear on their back. So don't care about a cup, do they?
No, not bothered.
Yeah.
Do you know, that reminds me, I haven't got a speed cup. I've just remembered I was going to buy one off Amazon. I've only got my bottles. I'm going to have to take this. Shall I take this?
That is your speed cup.
Should I take my toilet cup?
Yeah, speeding up and down the stairs. Speed cup.
My ballast cup.
Yeah, brilliant. Love it. You've got soft flasks though, haven't you? So you can just fill those.
Yeah. I've got my soft flasks. Yeah.
Cool. Right. So, comments. First one is from Danny, who has commented a few times. There, the one who commented about the Mario Kart the other week.
Yeah.
But this time it's about a different game, which is brilliant. It's comment on episode 71. So going back a bit still. Okay. It says, as soon as Andy asked this question, something about it seemed so familiar. I remembered a challenge from a game called Jet Lag. The game involved throwing a shrimp on a Barbie doll from a distance of about 50 feet or something. It makes me feel like shrimps on barbecues is something people do in Australia, since many of those challenges are themed. So, do you want to do the Australian accent?
Put another bloody shrimp on the barbie. Bloody hell, mate. Bonza.
Amazing. Brilliant. And then they say, I also looked at the episode number and realised how many I've listened to. I'm going to run out soon. It's only been a couple of months. Wow. So they're on episode 71 already, and they've started from the start, from episode 1.
That's good commitment.
Amazing. So awesome. Right, next one is from No Bips, Just Bops. Pooh's news was hilarious. However, I suffered as a result. You know how Andy was saying something about seeing the finish line triggers cramping in him? Well, the same subconscious mechanism exists in me, but only for stomach cramp.
Oh, no.
Today, rather than reaching a certain distance from home, it was the Pooh's news that chat that triggered it. Should have turned it off, really, but it was too funny, so suffered through and walked the last few miles home. Kept any laughs very subdued, just in case. Ordered some baby blue run shorts last night, but this run made me question how wise that was.
Should have turned it off, but just shut myself instead.
Oh, so sorry. Good. Brilliant. Next one's from Rich Erdl, and it says, in quote marks, she was made of wood, wouldn't stop me. Absolute comedy gold from Andy. That was about that was about the mermaid from Captain Scarlet or whatever it was.
Standards are low, aren't they? Standards are low sometimes.
Hope the half marathon went well. And
no, it didn't.
And good luck at London, Brett. Thank you very much. We'll see if I make it there. Next one's from Robert Devine. And he says, confessions of a property photographer coming to a theatre near you soon. Brilliant. Yeah. That is the sort of idea I had, Rob, when Andy was talking about that and climbing out the window and down the front of the house. Have you ever seen any of that style of movie from back in the 70s?
I remember Confessions of Taxi Driver or something.
Yeah, the original was Confessions of a Window Cleaner.
Was it?
Yeah, but yes, they are they're a saucy type of film.
Yeah, because didn't Billie Piper ever go in as a call girl? Do you remember
it's Secret Lives of a Call Girl or something.
I thought it was called Confessions.
Was it Confessions of a Call Girl? I can't remember. Yeah, but
that was rather saucy. I remember.
Yeah.
Old pipes.
Next one's from Paul Aston, and he says, is that Paul Aston or is it Paul Aston? I think it's Paul Aston.
Paul Aston.
Hi, both. Great pod as always. The thought of Andy sprinting up and down the stairs in a state of panic, if only you've filmed it. I'm currently 4 days out from Manchester Marathon, where I'm making my England Masters debut. Can't bloody wait. Paul, have a great race in Manchester. I hope it goes well. Next one is from Mark Hurdy-Gurdy. Sorry, I'm just...
Let me guess. AirPods run out.
Headphones have died. Are you still there?
I'm still there, yeah.
Oh, you've disappeared.
Oh, brilliant. It's going well.
You've disappeared.
You can't hear me, can you?
Hang on. Try again.
Hello?
No. I can't hear you. You could be saying anything.
Brett's, what? Right. You're going to negative split London? Say yes to that. Did you hear that?
Yes, I am.
There you go. You just agreed to negative split London, next split for life.
There we go. Right. I managed to sort it. So, next one's from Mark Hurdy-Gurdy, and he says, hi, Andy and Brett. London Landmarks was great. One of the best half marathons I have done for a race and organisation. Shared a lot of miles with Aubrey and had a blast.
Brilliant.
Ended up doing some filming for him. Am I a vlogger now?
Yes, you are.
Never been able to get into the race, but got a charity place and raised £1,140 for pancreatic cancer, which is amazing. Awesome work, Mark. Andy, we aren't that posh going first class on the train, as my daughter's friend works for the train company, so we got really cheap tickets. Came in 1:56, so was happy with that for where the fitness at the moment.
Yeah.
So awesome work, Mark. That's great. And yeah, great that you raised so much money for charity. He is also commented again saying, Andy, I was literally crying in my car at the Poos News for the Flush episode. Hilarious. Also watched your recent vlog, Andy, and found the part you were trying to give us a history lesson whilst pooing yourself hurtling down a steep hill. Hilarious.
You're welcome.
Then at the end saying all of that might not be right, so refer to John Broome.
Yeah.
That bit was brilliant. I did like that. Let me give you a little history lesson. Brilliant. Next one is from Hedge Donkey and says, very funny pod this week. Firstly, I think we need to come up with alternatives for S and C for Andy. I think the S is obvious for SH1T, and clear out maybe.
Yeah.
If only he'd kept the famous running the red line teacup from your challenge vid to help. You wouldn't have had to take your speed cup. Secondly, I am deeply honoured that my email was deemed too long for a podcast that is already reaching biblical epic lengths. Cheers. And then the final one is from HC 2108, and they say, my only concern would be that there is only one fracture, not two. Check soles of your shoes for uneven wear. One of your legs could be underperforming. Cheers for that. Yeah, there's another
worrying
stress to go into my head. No, it's not just one. It might be two. Yeah, I was saying this to Andy last night because I went on the bike last night, and the like tingly sensation, the nervy pain I'm having in my left leg at the moment, I got in my right leg on the bike as well at the same time. So it was in both legs. So I said to Andy, I said, that's good news for me, because it either means I've broken both legs, which I don't think I have, or it's just nervy pain and it's nothing to do with the brake. So
as if you've made that into a positive, that's where you're at in life. I love it.
But yeah, that is the end of the comments. So shall we get on to the
shall we do it? It's a big one. This is rivaling one of Amelia's from Australia's emails, but he's even sent a picture. Look. So there we go. I'll just get through it. I'll read it.
Yeah, let's go.
Hi guys, enjoy the podcast. It is getting so long as I can use it for 5 times recovery runs. Not sure why Brett was discussing different strategies for cross country a couple of weeks back, as if he was not going to run it full send. I have a problem, a shoe buying addiction. I am deep into the ShoeTube algorithm. I thought I would share a couple of ways I've been buying some Chinese shoes, as talking about your issues counts as therapy, right? I started buying a few pairs from AliExpress. This was dipping my toes into dangerous waters. The process was straightforward, following advice from my YouTube pushers. My plan was to order only black shoes to fool my wife. Are they new shoes? No, I would scoff. They're the same pair as last week. My first pair was a Kiarden Strongwind for £53, which I wanted as a daily winter trainer, and they were great. They were a bit too narrow for me, and they started to pinch after 3K. My son eventually stole them. I then ordered some Kiarden, Qiadan TG1 from 59 quid, Max Stack bouncy cushion recovery day shoes. These are also fantastic and help me reach things on upper shelves, a problem I guess I share with Andy. My shoe buying adventure was not without problems after I recommended the process to my friend Dave, who ordered a pair of leaning red hairs and received a rubber wristband in the post instead. He did get a refund, but burned by the experience. He bought some Asics. All the cool kids on YouTube are talking about the Dynafish by Jianian, a super trainer that's better than the Evo SL. They were not available on AliExpress for a while, but like a patient hunter, I waited and snapped some up. They were far too big because I'd made a basic error. Chinese shoe sizes are based on centimeters, which are then converted to US UK size. So it's better to measure your foot and work from that. I passed the 2 big shoes to my brother and reordered the correct size. They are fantastic, and I've been doing all my runs in them. Nothing race paced, as I'm coming back from a few months off with injury. My latest step on the slippery slope to the Priory, but for shoes, is ordering. Is it a massive rehab center, the Priory?
Yeah.
Is ordering 2 pairs from Taobao, the Chinese Amazon. They don't ship to the UK, unlike AliExpress, but I use Mule Buy, a website where a nice Chinese agent buys your items, packs them, and ships them to you for a small fee. They even send some photos. Shipping for a pair of shoes is around 10 quid and can take 10 to 20 days. The savings can be pretty good on already inexpensive shoes. Fadian Challenger 5, loved by the Fod Runner and Serpoc, are 80 quid on AliExpress, but around 40 quid on Taobao. The X-Step 160X 3.5 Pro, like a Chinese Alpha Fly 1, costs 145 quid on AliExpress, but £74 on Taobao. I do get asked politely about my shoes at Parkrun, but I soon glaze over, as yours probably have read this email. Your Chinese shoe correspondent covering vintage and recovering vintage shoe buyer and Team Andy member, Tom, a.k.a. Hedge Donkey. Look at that. He sent Amazing. 3 pictures of the same thing, of the same black shoe. And these are the shoes that I'm sure he's telling his wife are the same shoe as last week. So, yeah. Have you heard of Taobao? Chinese?
Yes, Amazon? I have. Yes.
I'm not familiar with it.
That whole thing of somebody, it's basically like a personal shopper. You tell them what you want and they'll go and buy it for you and then ship it to you.
As if it's not an AI, but it's an actual person.
Yeah.
You talk to. Wow.
Well, I say it's a bit like a personal shopper. It's not really. It's more like Uber Eats.
Yeah. But just do a really long bike ride.
You tell them what you want, and they'll go and buy it for you and then bring it to you. But yeah, see, I am not tempted at all to go down into this Chinese shoe minefield.
Yeah.
A few different reasons. Number one, yes, you might save yourself some money because they're a bit cheaper and people say they're just as good. But as Tom found out, he bought a pair and they didn't fit. You can't send them back. So he had to buy another pair. So he's basically paid full price for a pair of shoes that are the same as the Evo SLs.
Yeah.
So you've got that problem of you can't try them on. So you're guessing with sizing because it's not UK and US sizing. It's done in centimeters. So it becomes a bit of a gamble in that way.
Yeah.
If they don't fit, you can't send them back. So you've either got to sell them on or just take the loss. The platform you're buying them from can be very dodgy, as his mate found out, where he bought a pair of shoes and got a rubber wristband instead. So you're risking that as well, because it's not like you're going onto a website that's all in English as well. You're going onto a foreign website where it's translated by the computer and it might not translate properly and it might make mistakes and all sorts. And then I'm not a fan of the way they look. I don't think any of the Chinese shoes actually look nice. I don't think I've seen a single Chinese shoe which I think looks good.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are willing to skip the aesthetic for the level of tech that's in the shoe. Because I agree, I've never really seen a Chinese shoe that I thought, oh, that looks a bit sexy. A lot of them, I think they look a little bit like they could be sold in Lidl a little bit. But if they're as good as the Western shoes that we're using, then it's excusable, isn't it?
Yeah.
But again, if you're a little bit dead set on your brands that you already know, then you're it's a gamble. But I like the idea of people finding an absolute bargain.
Yes.
But it's a bit like, I don't know, it's a bit like anything that's it was niche. Soon it's going to become premium.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be.
This is another thing. So I can't remember where I heard it, but somebody was saying, it might have been on a podcast, and I agree with it completely. The reason the Chinese shoes are so cheap is because you are buying them from China. So like anything that's on like AliExpress, you can buy so cheap because the Chinese are avoiding the taxes that they would have to pay if they had a distributor in this country. So if Li Ning had a proper shop, or who were the others, Doing, or that Dynafish, or whatever they are,
Dynafish.
If they had a proper,
I can't wear some shoes called Dynafishes. I'm sorry.
But if they had a proper distribution centre or a proper store in the UK, they'd be having to pay UK business taxes and like all the prices that you have to put on top of it. So they wouldn't be as cheap as they are. They'd actually go up to probably the same price as all the other brands. So that's why they're so cheap, because they're not actually having a proper distribution in these countries. And I don't think they want to, because they can offer them so cheap because of that.
Yeah. Well, I think that was good point. Very well made. But thanks for your email, Tom. That was a really, I think more and more people are going.
They are. So many people are going down the Chinese shoe route, and fair play to them. If you can get something really cheap and it performs for you exactly how you want it to perform, awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't see myself ever going down that rabbit hole.
Neil Gamble wears a lot of the Chinese shoes. So does Max. Got a few pairs, hasn't he now? And
Sam's just got into them. The Fodrunners very fond of them. The Brooms, John and Dawn, have just got well into them as well.
It'd be interesting to get some reviews after 300 mile, 500 mile, wouldn't it? You know, to see if they do last the distance, especially daily and super trainers. Do they actually last, or do they just crumble like Max shoe did? Max got a bunion hole already, hasn't he? Or a shoe eyelet hole or something from Boston Marathon last week.
I don't know whether that was from his fall, though, or whether it just from wearing them.
Oh, it could have been from his Superman impression, couldn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just keep visualizing this. It's just fall and laugh. Mac, you absolute legend. Right, I'm going to try and get through all these before the end of the episode, so I'm going to run through as fast as I can. This is from 6 days ago. When was that? Saturday. We wouldn't have read this out. Okay. Yes, I have read this out. I've read Dan Hunt's, haven't I? Who's running Manchester. I read that last week. So yeah, all the best to you, Dan, who is running with his mate Marv. Yeah, he's running his first marathon in Manchester. So yeah, good luck to you both. This is from Brighton about the Nick Points Marathon. Hi, Britt and Andy. Thanks for the shout out on the pod. I heard it shortly before the halfway point at Brighton, and it gave me a good spring in my step. It was a windy day, and it got hotter than forecast. which made it a bit of a slog in the second half. But I'm pleased to report that I hit my target of sub 3:30, finishing in 3:29.05. As I came down the seafront, I was flagging a bit and I realised it was looking dicey. So I hit the afterburners for the final mile and was relieved to see the finish line coming into view with time to spare. It's amazing how you can have a stern word with yourself and you can suddenly find a higher gear. Thanks for keeping me company for the first chunk of the race. Keep up the good work. Best wishes, Nick.
Amazing. Legend. Awesome work, Nick.
Amazing. Well done. This is from Kurt Wilson. He says, boys, how the devil are you? I think my last email went into spam. So here is another one to join it. Sorry, I meant to update you on my great time in Berlin a few weeks back. We did check our spam this morning and it was in there. So maybe he wrote about Pooh's News or something. I managed a new PB, so I'm now even closer to sub 90, 1:30.101. Yes, I went the wrong side too. It was my 5th super half, so just Copenhagen to go in September. It was also great to meet Benny's running before the race. Hopefully this will find its way into your inbox in time to read out in time for my Manchester Marathon pre-race shenanigans. Ooh. Sadly, I won't be listening to the pod during the race as I've created an energetic playlist to keep me pounding the streets. But it'd be great to watch or listen on my train journey Saturday, leaving at 10:32. No pressure, Brett. I don't know if it'll be ready by Saturday. My training has gone pretty well this time round. With this being my second marathon, I'm feeling better than last time. Please wish me luck as I attempt my 10K race with a 20-mile warm-up. Also, good luck to everybody doing Manchester, Newport, and all the other marathons or races this weekend. And let's not forget London in a couple of weeks. Go well, Brett, and the thousands of others. Remember, have fun at the run. All the best, Kurt, the Silver Strider.
Awesome. Cheers, Kurt, and best of luck, mate.
Yeah, 1:30.101. I think I ran that exact time just before I got a PB, went sub 90. So
you ran that at Warwick, didn't you? 1:30.101. I
did. Yeah, I think I did. So I think that was my PB, wasn't it? So well done, Kurt, and thanks for. I'm sorry we missed your thing first time round. Where are we? 2:15. Blimey. Okay, Sam Bacon has literally. The Bakermeister has written in literally 20 minutes ago. Shite it up. Here he comes. Morning, lads. Hope you're well. Both doing well. And Brett, you're feeling nicely tapered for London. Not long to go. As the last pod was a real cracker, it had it all. Cheers for the Brighton shout out last pod. 23 quid parking is indeed a right bargain down south. Fish and chips is always at least dead safe. Fish and chips is always at least a 5% APR loan over 3 years, but well worth it. Race went well considering my training of only one Norwegian single in my area training session. All easy miles, and it did show later on, but completely expected. S&C kept me injury-free and running throughout. And to be fair, what I thought was a major slowdown wasn't that bad. Nutrition was something else I managed to get right too. 102 grams an hour compared to my usual 30 grams. The bonk was nowhere to be seen. Perhaps for marathon season, we need a running the red line marathon blow-up meter, 1 to 10. 1 being no blow up, strong finish. 10 being you actually perished somewhere along the end, like Mac. Perhaps people can compare their first 10K to their last and see the difference. I think mine was around 5 minutes different, which on the grand scheme of things seems all right. I didn't feel all right at the time though. The next big goal is for a fast marathon for me is to have the final 10K to be the quickest. Lots of NSA to do before that. Opinions. Do I go for an autumn PB at somewhere like Abingdon, Malaga, or try and get a bib for Valencia, or even Goodwood in December? Or maybe just focus on 5:10. I think that's 5K, 10K, and half until marathon season next spring. Summer of speed first. How many marathons in a year is too many? I guess that's subjective. July the 18th for Arrow Valley Parkrun. See you boys there. He's already got it in the diary. Love it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, running the red line Parkrun will be in full swing by then. Finally, looking forward to all the London chat and breakdown over the next few weeks. I can't wait, and hopefully we'll see you at some point, Brett.
Yes.
As music lovers, help me out with some musical choices for the London vlog. Porcelain by Moby, going into Teenage Kicks by The Undertones, or Born Slippy, going into Just a Day by Feeder. It's got to be that. Born Born Slippy into Just Today. Oh, yes. Oh, what a song.
That's a great tune.
Yeah. It all makes sense.
And a great music video.
Out.
Do you remember the music video for that, where they got loads of
They're
people
all at home? Yeah, it's all people,
to film people at home. And one of the best bits is where I guess you think it's funny now, and there's a little kid that goes, "Funny now."
Yeah. Oh, I remember used to having Kerrang on. I remember used to watch that when it would come on. So it'll all make sense when the video comes out. Go well. Love you, Sam.
Awesome. Cheers, Sam. Yeah, hopefully see you down in London, mate. And great work in Brighton.
So just quickly then, going through a few of those questions. How many marathons in a year is too many?
I think you can do 2. If you are able to get through the training unscathed.
Well, come tomorrow, I'll have done 2 and it's already April.
Yeah. So I think you can do 2, like as in 2 efforts. I think you can do. I think you can do more than as many as you want, but actual efforts going for it, I think 2 is probably the limit for a year. Yeah,
and if you're doing back-to-back marathons like you are, Sam, you've got to look after yourself, man, because that's a marathon, as I found out in February, is like a sledgehammer to the soul. It's such a big thing to take out of you. So I hope you are okay, from Brighton, and I hope, going into London, you're feeling good and you just, you're able to go and run London well. So what else does he say? Do I go for Malaga or Abingdon? I know what I would say.
Or Valencia, I would say.
Or Valencia. Oh, yeah. I would honestly pay the money and go for Valencia, because Valencia, I think, falls at a good time. It's just before Christmas celebrations start to kick off. You don't have to train through hot summer. You don't have to train until sort of like late August, really. I don't know. I'd try and get a Spanish race. That would be my preference, just because I love Spanish marathons. Yeah. What do you reckon? Abingdon, or would you go?
No, I think go and do Valencia. If you want to try and run fast, go and do Valencia. Go and get dragged along by the crowds.
Yes, there's so many things that will slow you down in Abingdon, like the weather, or basically
running on your own,
or running on your own through the countryside for long periods. But at Valencia, there are so many things that will speed you up. I'm not joking, right? At Valencia and Seville, I've never seen tarmac as good. It's like sexy black tarmac, that proper, not a pothole repair in sight. It's just so, you can eat your dinner off the roads there. It's so, so good. I did it on one of the nights. Wouldn't recommend it, but you probably I would go for one of those Spanish races. I know Malaga, if you look at the course profile, is a little bit bumpy. Valencia and Seville are like a carpet. They're so, so flat. So, pay the money, get a bib secondhand, go on the Facebook group, which I think is called Valencia Marathon Bibs for Sale or something like that. People are always selling bibs already. And you have to pay the one-off fee, which is about €200. It's the same if you do it now or if you do it in, 2 weeks before the marathon. It doesn't, and the person you're buying it from doesn't profit from it either. So you don't feel ripped off. It's you have to go through. You have to get a PIN number, because I sold mine. You sold yours, didn't you?
Yeah.
You have to go through the official process, so you can't really be ripped off. So I would say Valencia.
Yeah.
So there you go. We are up to date with emails and comments. 221. Can we go sub 230?
Yes. So last thing to do is the Strava segment.
Oh, didn't do it quick enough. Where's man screaming?
There we go. Right. So last week's leaderboard, we have, hang on, sorry. Last week's leaderboard, our leader for the distance, this is pretty incredible. Although they could have run another 0.8 of a mile. Adrian Pickersgill ran 119.2 miles for the week, which is amazing. In second place is George Gibson with 86.9 miles. And in third place is Brett Elesmore with 76.5 miles.
Podiuming again in his taper. Unbelievable.
I know.
75 miles in a taper.
See, that's the thing. I felt naff at the end of last week. And I thought I'd feel better because it was the taper, but it was still a 76-mile week.
You're doing more in your taper than most people do in their peak.
That's what I mean, yeah. So, yeah, I probably did need a bit of a break, didn't I? So, yeah, Adrian, that's an incredible amount. And Adrian also came top of climbing with 14,749 foot. Surely he must have done a trail ultra. Surely.
Yeah, like the I don't know, 3 Peaks challenge or something. That's ridiculous.
Because that is incredible. In second place for climbing is Sean Daly with 8,558 foot. And third is George Gibson with 5,938 foot.
Sean, that's ridiculous. How you haven't won with 2,609 meters of elevation. You've come second. That's mental.
Yeah. And then for our ladies, for the distance, first place, Chloe Hamard with 51.9 miles. Second, Victoria Lee with 50.3. And check this, third, Leanne Bayard with 50.3. So there must have been
alphabetical order
0.01 or 0.02 of a mile difference between Victoria and Leanne. Can you see in kilometers how the difference is?
Victoria and Leanne. Oh, I'm looking at elevation. Chloe 83k. Victoria Lee 81k. Leanne Bayard 81k. 0.0, both of them. So it could be centimeters.
Yeah. So incredible work, you lot.
It's not alphabetical order either, so it must be centimeters.
I know, that's what I mean. Amazing. And then for our climbing, first place, Victoria does take this one. Victoria Lee with 4,160 foot. Second is Emma S with 2,362 foot. And third is Ash Spedding with 2,231 foot. So amazing work, everybody.
Nice one.
So, any other business?
I think we are all good. I think we are up to date. So, I genuinely, mate, I don't know how we have done a 2-hour 26 podcast.
I don't either.
I don't know what we've talked about for 2.5 hours.
Just quickly, for those who are running Manchester on Sunday, your weather forecast.
Yes.
At 9 o'clock in the morning, it's going to be sunny, but 8 degrees. You are going to have the perfect weather because at 10 o'clock, it goes up to 10 degrees. And 11 o'clock, it is 11 degrees.
Nice.
At 12 o'clock, it is 12 degrees. And at 1 o'clock, it's staying at 12 degrees for the rest of the day. So it looks like you are going to have perfect weather. So run well, keep hydrated, but best of luck out there.
And similar story in Newport. The winds are pretty much non-existent. 4 mile an hour winds on Sunday. At 9 a.m., you've got 8 degrees, 10 degrees, 11, 12 degrees. And look at that. Lovely little bit of springtime sunshine for you.
Yeah.
So, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
You get some good old air temperature, so it's not too hot.
Yeah. So, best of luck to everybody racing this weekend, and we shall see you next week. Cheers, guys.
See you soon, guys. Cheers.